Hello folks, this is Peter Phelps, and this is a 4-month review of the Monoprice Mini V2. Now, I was lucky I was able to get this for like $45 off of eBay, but the problem with it was just the Z-axis. And if you know me, you know I like Transformers, always been into them. These are some examples of prints I did off of this. These are off eBay, at least most of these pieces are. And this Bumblebee I printed at 200%. Starscream down here was 150%. Then I did these two little Optimus Prime keychain things. And I tried two different orientations. This camera doesn't focus very well, but you can see. You can tell that this one was printed. He was printed standing up because of the way his back looks. But more detail showed up in the one that was printed with the supports on the back. Even though the back is really ugly, the front turned out better. For some reason, it curled. The smokestacks curled there. I was actually amazed that the smokestacks even came out on this one. My latest print was just, it's a peg for the pegboard. Now some of the changes I did, of course, adding the build tactite plate on that. I changed out the extruder and actually messed up the motor that was in here trying to get the gear off, and so I had to get another motor, and it's slightly taller than the original extruder Nemo 17, so I lost maybe about 5 millimeters. I had to put some washers under the Z-axis screw Nemo 17, so it made that lower so it wasn't hitting this motor. Went to this metal aluminum extruder. Now, normally I don't like this type, but you're not printing very much, so it doesn't really get that hot on this because your height and everything, and the heat just dissipates straight up rather than being stuck on it like the CTCs or the other ones. And then one other thing I changed is I added a fan in the bottom. It's one of those big 12-volt fans out of a broken PC power supply, and so that it helps keep the electronics in there cooler. But so far it's been pretty good. One of the things I didn't like is the wires for here to go to the bed. The way they're set up in there, every time the bed moves this way, it would take the wire and smash it against the Nemo 17 gears. So I ended up putting a zip tie on this rod to keep the wires this way when it flexes back and forth. So it helps keep them from hitting the motor gears there. So I've done a whole lot of printing on this thing. I did a whole bunch of keychains designs, and I will be opening a store on Etsy shortly where I'm going to be selling them. There'll be Phelps 3D's store is what the store's name is going to be. So thank you for watching, and I would say this is a pretty solid little printer. Thank you.